Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the sound test room. Today we're going to take a look at the DrumPerfect version 2.1. So DrumPerfect is a drum machine, but it's a very, very complex and clever drum machine. But it doesn't have to be complex. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to basically start from scratch, build a pattern, and show you how to build your own song and then export that into audio share or whatever. But you know, it can be very, very deep, and to do one video or something like this, it would take hours and hours and hours to go through absolutely everything. And honestly, my eyesight is not good enough to see everything properly. So bear with me if I make the odd mistake. But you know, you'll get the idea. But we're going to start from scratch, which is the easiest and most intuitive way to start with DrumPerfect, because like I said, it can get very, very complex quickly. So so first of all, we're going to go to song. Okay, and this is our song. And what we're going to do is we're going to clear all. So hit clear all, and it will clear out all those patterns there, but it won't clear out your song. But if I was to play that now, nothing would happen because there's no sounds there. And if we went back to patterns now, you would see that here our patterns have all disappeared as well. So we're blank there, but we still have two drum kits loaded. But let's go back to song, and now we're going to clear the song as well. So it'll say clear song. Yes, let's clear song. So now we're completely clear. Hold on just a sec. Okay, I'm back. Right, okay, so now we have a completely blank, clean, free slate, but we still have two drum kits. So we don't want our drum kits. So let's go to kits now. This is kits, so it's clear. Yes. So we're going to clear that kit now, and let's clear this funky kit too. Clear. Yes. So now we have no patterns. We have nothing in the songs, and we have no kits loaded. So I guess first of all, we want to load a kit that we would like to use. But we can do this. Let's go to patterns again, and let's go to click one, and let's load a pattern. Okay, so if I hit, these are all our patterns. Now, bearing in mind that this is the full thing. This is all the, I'll quickly show you that actually. This is all the, I have all the kits. Many thanks to Mariners, who supplied everything for me for the purposes of a series of demos I'm going to be doing on DrumPerfect. But you can buy different packs and stuff, and you do get kits to start with. But this is everything, okay? So we're going to go to patterns again. We're going to hit load pattern, and we can choose anything we like. So we can, bear in mind these are our patterns, and you can see so it would be 43 in that particular part would be 43, okay? But we have no kits loaded, so we can't hear our patterns, okay? So we need to load a kit first. So let's go to kits. Let's hit load, and let's load. And then these are our different kits. So I'm going to load FB1 because I like that kit. Okay. Well, I like them more, but you know, I like funky drum kits, nice and tight. So once that's loaded, there it is there. It's also loaded a pattern for us, okay? So I'm going to now go to load a pattern in there, and that's the one that's already there. I want to change that out. So I'm going to go to funk here. Yeah, nice. We're going to try this one. So let's see. So now we've got that little funk pattern there in our pattern slot 1. Now if we go to song now, let's nip over to song. In our bank of 64, we can have up to 64 different patterns and 64 different drum kits and everything. You know, you're not just limited to one type of thing here. You can load what you like. We have this, and we can audition it. and we know that it's on FB kit 1. So say, for instance, just let's say, oh, well, I want to change that kit now because I don't particularly like the sound of that kit with that particular thing. We go to kits and we go FB1 and we can go slow. Let's load a different kit. So let's go to FB2 and it'll load that kit for us. And then it'll play that pattern with that kit. So it can be involved, you know, but, you know, you'll see how brilliant it is once you get your thing. So now let's play that pattern with that kit. Oh yeah, I like that. That's much more up my street for tightness of drum kits. So there we go. Now that's kind of a. I only need that to play once. So here is the first part, and we can select any part after we've started loading stuff. But there's our first part there, and I want that pattern into there. So all I need to do is press either of those there, insert, either left or right at the moment. Because if I pressed, when I'm in, you'll see what I'm saying. But let's say I'm gonna, okay, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna erase. So select that one and erase, and I'm going to choose a color, and then I'm going to insert. So it'll insert in the color that I've chosen, and I only want that to play once, right? So now I need another pattern, so I have to go back to patterns and I select grid 2, and I'm going to load, and I'm still in funk, so but let's go with a bit of jazz, because jazz can be like funky too. And swing. Okay. Now I have this playing at 100 BPM and this playing at 140. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. What I'm going to do is nip over to song here. All right, there. And I'm going to place this new pattern next to. Now this is where the insert left and right comes in. If I was to hit insert left, it would insert my new jazzy pattern before this. I'll show you. Looks. Okay, so now we have this new jazzy pattern before that one. We don't want that. So let's just select that, erase, select it again, and put it in the right place next to it. But I want to change the color. Okay, so I'm going to select that one, and I'm just going to make it purple like that, and I'm going to deselect it. Okay, so there you have that though for this first bit. So now let's see what we've got here. So we go back to the beginning. Okay, that's quite cool. So we can insert that a bit more. So insert another chew, and then at this point now we'd like to say maybe have another fill, maybe. Okay. Now, guys, you know what I'm doing here? I'm just showing you different ways and different things that you can do. You know, it's not particularly going to be a song that anyone's going to use, but I just wanted to show you that you can do things in certain ways. Now, let's insert. Now, let's go back to our patterns, and let's choose our number 3 pattern here, and let's load another one. But let's go to something, some Latin now. What's this? Maybe not that one. Now, this is something else that you can do which is very cool. Say, for instance, you like the whole set of these patterns. To save you going through all the rigmarole of loading each one into a separate slot, you can select multiple patterns. Now, I'm going to show you what you do here now. Okay, so at the moment, it's just selecting various patterns. I press close, that pattern will be loaded into that next pattern slot. But if I select this, and I go this, 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 close. If I go now to my, stop that a sec. If I go now to my song, you will see that we have, no, sorry, not song it, but you will see that I have now got all the different patterns loaded into my various pattern slots here that I've just done without having to do each one separately. Okay. Now here's the thing, right? Let's go back to the beginning. We have this first one at 100 BPM. This one at 140, that one at 70, 70, 70, and 70. Let's go to our song. Now this is going to sound ridiculous, okay, but here we go. Let's insert that there. Insert. Again, let's choose a different color. So let me select that and select this blue. And then, select, and then blue. Okay, so that'll do, and then they should all be blue. And then insert. And then let's choose this one and insert, and then this one and insert, and then that one and insert. Now we have all these different ones, okay? Now let's see what we can do now, okay? So let's stop that there. Let's go back to our beginning, and you can watch the actual tempos change as it goes along. And it should drop to 70 now. Okay, and that's great. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how you set your tempo for the entire song. Now you can do, if you go to patterns, you can do each one individually. So say for instance this first one, let's go back here, we know it is 100, and then we know it goes to 140, and then we know it drops to 70. But say for instance you wanted to do some strange tempo changes and stuff in your track, as lots and lots of people do. If we just move that up to 91, you'll still see that our next one along goes back to 70. But when I play this now what you want to do now is, if you particularly like that thing, you can save that particular pattern at 91 and it'll be saved. At 91 it'll be new, it'll be overwritten. Okay, it'll be like, you'll get the next pattern along, so it'll say 0102, it'll be 91 in your pattern browser sort of thing. But that's something you can dig into later. Let's go to our song now, and let's see. We know it's 91 now, and if I choose this one, it should just say, yeah, the two that I've chosen at 91 are the same pattern sort of thing, and then it'll drop to 70 and it'll stay on 70. But that's, you don't particularly want that to be, do you? So you maybe probably just want the song to be, if it's a basic rock or pop song, you probably want it to be all in the same tempo. But you like all these different rhythms and things, and you want to be, but you know, the easy way to do this, so we go back to patterns again. And what we do is you hold tap. Now wait a minute, before I do that, I'm going to set this at a more sort of, 126, that'll do me. We hold tap for at least 3 seconds, and then it'll say, do you really want to apply current BPM value to all the patterns? And this operation can't do. Yes, fine, that's fine, because it's our song. Now at this point, I want to go back to song, and I'm going to save this song as a funk, funk 3. Done. Close. Just at some point where when I go to load my song, that's going to be there, and it's going to load it exactly as it is now. Alright, so now we've set our BPM the same. Just let's check that's worked. Skip to that one. And this now should be 126 again. Okay. Super. So now we have our tempo all the same. Okay, so now you're thinking to yourself, well, okay, well, what if I want these kits here or these kits here? I want these kits to be more like I want a different kit. I want it to play in a different kit, man. So we go to patterns here. We go to kits actually. Let's go to kits. And we'll go number 2 and we will load another kit. Okay, so let's load let's load the one of the Latin percussion kits here. Okay, so we can load that one and see what happens when we load that. Okay, so clues. We go back. Now we've got Latin percussion kit. Okay, so let's go to song. And we've got Latin percussion kit there. But you can still see that it says everything there. It says FB2 kit, FB2 kit, FB2 kit. So even though that's on Latin percussion, it's not going to make any difference there. But if we go to pattern page and we go to a pattern, this one, we can see that our Latin percussion is playing, but it's also playing our funk kits as well. Okay, and you're thinking, oh no, look, I want to. So what we do is you go to song. This is super simple, right? And what we do is we'll go select all. Okay, now bear in mind I want these to be my Latin percussion kit and those to stay on my funky kit. Okay, you with me so far? So we'll go select all this time, and then we'll deselect those first 4. And we want those 5 to be our Latin percussion kit. Okay, and then we just touch Latin percussion kit and it'll change all of those to that kit, and then we can just get rid of it. Now what will happen is, let's start from there so it's not going on for ages. This will be the FB2 kit and this will be Latin percussion. So we're still in our jazzy funky mode here. And then it'll go all sort of Latin. Now this is very cool if you're doing some kind of like Santana rocky thing, where he'd often the song would run, you know, and a lot of the time it could be polyrhythmic. It would change, change time signatures and stuff like that. Which is you can do all this with different drumming. You can do everything. You can go as deep as you like. But now you know how to set up a song, basically. Okay. Set the tempo for the entire thing the same, or change individual things, or change tempo during that time anytime you like, and also swap out different kits. Now the thing to remember as well is here is your CPU and your memory usage. The more kits you have, the more memory you're going to use. Okay, and it will get to a point where it'll say, you know, after 4 or 5 kits, maybe depending on the memory of your device, it will say don't load any more kits because your song may not play. But how many people are going to need, say for instance, how many people are going to need 5 or 6 kits, different type of drum kits in a song? Not that many, you know. You'd have to start doing different tracks and stuff like that then, which is still simple. Now, other things with different drummer are DrumPerfect. Other things with DrumPerfect Pro are the ability to if you go into kits mode, is it song? Oh yeah, let me just show you a couple of things. You have, let me see now, there's a thing I wanted to show you guys. I've forgotten what it is now. I've got grid mode, I've got kit mode. Yeah. Okay. So here's your drum kit, and for each drum kit you have a selection of instruments, obviously, that make up that particular drum kit, and it'll be different for the what's it as well. With this as well, you can go into this thing here which says view, and you'll get the actual wave editor for that particular drum. Okay, so and then you can do alterations like that as well. So that's something else you can do with it as well. And then we have song mode. Grid mode, you can just enter notes and stuff as you please. And now that will be part of my pattern there. So that will be part of my pattern, especially if I save the song again. And then you have general settings here, and then you have your store. Now in the store you can audition anything you like. So if you wanted to audition that one, you could just play it. And it'll audition the kit for you. Okay, so there's that. Settings I've done. Export, we're going to do. Something else I want to show you before I go is if you go into pad mode, and you can play these in and record them as normal, right? But if you hit these little 3 dots down here, you get the... Sorry about that, I'll turn that back up. You can play your kit as well. So there's that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our song mode again, and there it is. I'm going to save. And what I'm going to do now as well, I'm going to show you just how to export. So render song on, include tail, yes. Separate tracks, no, I don't need to worry about that. Mono tracks, I'm not bothered about that neither. Do you don't want to bother with iTunes file sharing? Don't need to normalize it because I can do that in audio share, which is where I'm going to export it. One time funk. I need to change the name because that was the last one I was working on. So what did I say was funk 3, I think. Funk 3. No need to press caps when you skip. It'll just automatically do it for you. Done. MIDI files, not bothered. Audio format, WAV or MP4 we can have, or we're going to do WAV, and we'll export to audio share. You can do different options of exportation. Exportation, is that even a word? And while we're doing this, guys, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please become a patron. Please donate if you possibly can. Thank you very much. 3 days later, talk amongst yourself. Here we go. Here we go. So importing, and there it is. I know this has been a bit sketchy. So there's our track that was just exported. You know that we can normalize. We're not going to bother doing that now. We'll just have a quick listen to it. So there you go. That's how quite straightforward is to, but you know, like I said, this is a video. I can't really see it properly. Everything's a bit of a blur. So, and I have to have one eye closed the whole time I'm doing this. So the thing is that you can take your time and you can build up your track properly. You know, if any patterns you alter, always save them and rename them. You can get into all this some other time. I did another video for DrumPerfect when it first came out a few years ago. Some of the basics that are covered in that are still applicable. There are some nice DrumPerfect Pro videos as well. So yeah, just dig in, have a crack. Now this is MIDI clock in, by the way. That's all that is. You can record, alter, you can do everything, but you saw how you can basically get started with setting everything up. I think I've covered pretty much everything now. yeah, there's so much stuff you can get into with DrumPerfect. It's it's deep. It's deep, but it can be straightforward and simple. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you can subscribe or like the video, that's cool. Or donate or become a Patreon. Becoming a Patreon is absolutely super duper. Okie dokie, and I will see you guys later.